Welcome back to the channel, baby. I wanted to say I hate to apologize right up front, but I've been remiss in that I haven't done videos for a couple days, and before that was even longer than that because I was taking care of my bride. And also, have usually like answered your questions or answer if you say anything at all, I'll get right back on it, and I haven't done that in a while. So my goal is to go back in time and try to respond to you if you're still watching or listening. I hope you are. So what am I doing today? But again, one more thing. I got my phone turned down, but the text is on. If my bride, as you know, has had surgery, and most of you know that. If she texts, I'm getting right on it. And even if the video is playing, you keep watching. I'll find out what's going on. If it's urgent, I'm leaving. If it's not, then I'll text her when I'm done. So anyway, this goes out to my friend Jay Bourne, and I think he answered this for a while. So I'm kind of setting him up and knocking him down as I can. Jay, this is Elton John, Bernie Taupin, and then Haley Reinhart doing the same song. I'm interested in that because I really like Haley's voice, and I like how she presents things, and I'm sure it's going to be different. I have not. Of course, I've heard that Elton John. It was done in '74, and I grew up with it, right? And then a friend who was he became kind of an Elton John impersonator, maybe, but he loved Elton John. And he learned to play. He played drums, and he quit playing drums and learned to play piano, so he could play Elton John. He's very, very good, by the way. So let's get on this. This is Bennie and the Jets from 1974, and it's just a blank screen. There may be words. I don't know. I haven't watched this particular video. However, like I said, Haley Reinhart's coming up, and I'm excited about that as well. So here we go. Sorry to pause this, but I got to know, did anybody else when they were a kid, when this came out in '74, I would have been 10 years old. Did anybody else think that he said electric boobs? Because I did. And I convinced my friends that that's what he was saying. So there you go. That's the kind of kid I was. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause this here because I want to get on to the next one, but also because I want to make a comment. Couple things. I always wondered if this was live or in the studio, and I always thought it was in the studio because of the applause sound really canned, right? It just came in at the right moments, and but listen, if you roll it all the way back to the very beginning, there's a different part that I never heard of the audience, right? And then it comes into the song, it's different. So I'm wondering, and I don't know, if you know, let me know. Also, his playing, I mean, I never gave him much credit for playing because I liked, Rick Wakeman, and I liked a lot of the fat, the guy from Deep Purple. I like the big fat organs and the big synth rights and all that, and it's basically writing, right? But what he's doing is he's creating this musical palette, kind of he's setting into it, and he's kind of chunking those chords and making them rhythmic. And his solo is very nicely done. And I regret that I ever thought that he wasn't much of a player. And I went through years thinking of that, but he's a fantastic player, and you can tell in some places he's classically trained. And then the last thing I'm going to say is that at the end, and it kind of goes from speaker to speaker. That is a combo organ. It's like an E series and F series. And the only reason I know that now, I have no idea why it was for years. I thought it was some sort of synthesizer, but I'm creating some music on my computer, some originals. And I found that sound in a music in one of my songs. And I didn't think about it. It's got that, it's a real, almost like you would, a world series that you set in your home and play, that kind of sound, but it fits very, very nicely in certain situations. So I heard it, I was like, Elton John, that's it. So this is Haley Reinhart, a studio version of Bennie and the Jets. And she looks younger there. So let's find out what's going on with that. Here we go.
Hey kids, shake it loose together. The spotlight's hit.
So right out of the gate, it's totally different, right? It's certainly got more of a jazz R&B kind of flavor to it. I backed it all the way up, and I'll be quiet.
Hey kids, shake it loose together. The spotlight's hitting something that's been known to change the weather. We'll kill the fatted calf tonight, so stick around. You're gonna hear electric music, solid walls of sound. Say, Candy and Ronnie, have you seen them yet? Ooh, but they're so spaced out. Bennie and the Jets. Oh, but they're weird and they're wonderful. Oh, Bennie, she's a really keen. She's got electric boots, a mohair suit. You know I read it in a magazine. Oh,
All right, let's get into this because, all right, so what I was watching is the first thing I thought was, man, that is so good. And it is so funky, and I like it so much better than the original. Now, let me let me say that a little bit different in that if I had heard this song, heard version of the song on radio or I had the album for 50 years, uh, then I might think the same thing about her. But it's so fresh and it's so funky and it's so different. I mean, there's some of the piano licks are the same. Uh, Production is amazing. Um, the thing that I marked up first, I said something about the kick drum, because the kick drum, the way it was produced and the way it was, the compression on it and stuff, it was real dry, but really fit. And then the snare came in with the same kind of thing happening, production on it. Sorry, guys. Just a very, very, very good mix. Then she came in as sultry, as soulful, and I'm not a purist on anything. Let me say this: a good song is a good song. And Bernie Taupin, along with Elton John, wrote this song, a long, long time ago, and it still stands the ages of time. But she takes the song, makes it her own, right? And the only reason she could do that, if nobody had ever heard the song, they'd like it, right? But I'm not sure it would have the intensity that the original had. I don't know. I'm not pretending to know, but man, all I gotta say is all the way around, I loved it. I love the production. I love her voice. I love what she did. She stacked things in her voice. Right, she went to falsetto in a couple of places, but then she did some of these little jazzy type inflections. Best way I could think of it. It was great, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Listen, if you did, hit like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And pardon my Peter Brady 12-year-old, if you're old enough to remember that. Just having puberty. Like, subscribe to the channel. Share with you if you haven't already. Share with your friends. Hit the notification bell because I will go a couple days without doing any, and sometimes longer. When I do, I'm going to try to put 2 or 3 out in a row. So, and comment down below, and you can send a comment. So I'm getting behind again, but glad to do it. I've had people sending me recently, people I think are probably new subscribers, and that's great. But they're sending me a lot to get to, and most of you have been around a while. That send me 2, 3 at the most, and I'll pick what I want first, and I'll get the rest later. But if you send 7 or 8, it's almost like I just stop. I get shell shock. I don't know where to start. So not that I won't do it, and I'll pick 1 or 2, and and if you can wait, I'll get to all of them eventually if I don't die first. But one more thing, I'll let you go. I think I chose this when I went to get my haircut, to let the beard go, and I think it was making me look much older than I am. I'm 61, which is old anyway, but I thought, maybe 70, 80. I don't know. Guys, thank you very much for coming by, and please come back and see me, okay? I hope you do.